as of now, we're live on Twitch after. Whoa, I'm on two different screens. That's cool. I don't want that. I actually want to have. I don't. That's really weird. I want that. There we go. That's better. Whoa. Hey. But we also just finished, sharing doggos. So.
It was too hot for stream. We couldn't show the dogs on camera.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Those German shepherds, the way they wag their tails.
Okay.
We're getting into dangerous territory.
We are. Hey there, Dak. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining us, as well as everybody else who's there in the chat as well. We're playing the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, ported to the world of Olivos. And so this is kind of... We're not really spending a lot of time in Olivos. I don't know why I keep saying that. We're mostly in Prismeer. And where we left off. So after a calamity that involved a tornado and a little bit of separation anxiety on the part of Shimo, we ended up getting the whole gang, almost the entire gang, back together again. Being in the area called Yon. So the party has had a variety of different adventures dealing with hags in Prismeer. One of them seemed to be captaining hither, another one captained thither. And both of them were either blown up or lit on fire, not the hags themselves, their homes, by our party, by the Red Brands. They are now in Yon, seeking to do the same to the third hag, however, very much aware that there are the third hag's two sisters are also with her, and 3 hags equals danger. So they're trying to amass a little bit of an army, as it were. They first met some Korits, small creatures, gray skin, dancing hair, that they were hoping to enlist into their army. Found out that there was a bit of a challenge between them and another group of creatures called the Briganok. All of them are just about, most of them are, I should say, are shorter than Dottie and Scrags. So it's like a little minion army that they're trying to develop here, but they had to try and deal with a little bit of a combative and xenophobic interaction between the two groups. They were able to do so a little bit, but not without kind of off-putting a few people by the fact that suddenly, when they first met the two groups, there was only 4. Now there's like 7 people who are walking around with these Red Brands. You are also accompanied by a dandelion by the name of Amador, and an elf by the name of Gleam. And you were at one point in time also accompanied by a large football-sized bumblebee. And it was the bumblebee that actually has led you, after a fashion, to where you are now. Amador wanting to free the bees from their beekeeper. Amador told you that the beekeeper was a bugbear that you guys needed to go and find, and so off on your search in through the lightning illuminated, dark, craggy abyss that this place feels of Yon, and coming upon what appeared to be at first a mountain silhouetted by the lightning, you determine in fact is not, and is in fact a one-eyed, very large creature that you guys have happened upon, and sneakily so. And this is where we pick up. Is there anything else that... Feel free to tell the DM that he missed something.
You all met the best character, me. So
that was... There it is! I knew.
Oh, and we are killing one of the characters tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
You missed me.
Volric Zool joins in. So Shimo, for Shimo's part, Shimo was actually all the way back in hither for a long time, trying to recover the condition of that swamp. And the condition that what it has been left in, mostly it's politically better. I'm not sure if the swamp has actually been cleaned up much, but it certainly is politically better as a new Bullywug leader is in place. However, Volric, having also happened upon the realm of Prismeer by way of the same source as most of our party has happened upon Shimo, befriended Shimo after a fashion. Shimo quite happy to proselytize to anybody that they can. Took Volric Zool under their wing, and Volric also convinced Shimo that maybe it's a good idea to go and deal with these hags. And so off they went. And that's how they returned themselves to the party after a fashion. Just happened to insert themselves, because that's how narrative works.
I kind of love the idea that Volric just was like, I need to kill hags. And Shimo was like, I'm down. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Shimo's totally down.
Let's go party. I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's essentially it. And so, but from where you're currently situated, you're nowhere near the hags. You're now dealing with this large mountainous-like creature. And I think I want to do this.
Definitely a lot bigger than a bugbear.
Yeah, so
thanks, dandelion friend.
You and the dandelion says, "Well, that's a bugbear."
It's okay. He's cute. I'll forgive him. I'll forgive him.
Well, he's not actually. Now, the dandelion, to be clear, is very definitely not cute right now. The dandelion has lost all of its petals because of the tornado that flew it around.
He is still very cute. How dare you?
Objectively,
I decide what I find.
Subjectively is a different story.
How dare you? Just because he's bald now doesn't mean that he's not cute.
And so turning, he hasn't noticed you yet. This creature hasn't noticed you yet.
That's right. We were all going to do a surprise round of staff. And everyone just shouted command the last minute, hoping to get it through.
Yes.
So what are you guys going to do?
Do we want to light up the sky a little bit?
Yeah, but remember, he does have a beehive in his hands, so if you're gonna blow him up, blow him up the other side of.
I have a casual way.
I do believe I still have my hunters. I have a hunter's mark on
him.
You
do have a hunter's mark on him. I think somebody chunked up mage armor as well, if I remember correctly.
That was me.
Yeah, I thought so.
Probably someone who could do mage armor.
Well, Shimo just met Erebus. Would Shimo have a sense of what Erebus's combat abilities are, or what class they would be?
You noticed when you were fighting Bavlorna Blightstraw, otherwise known as Slackjaw, back into Hither, because Erebus was marginally involved in your interaction there, that he's got some pretty fast hands.
But you wouldn't say a big tanky frontline fighter?
No, and when I say he's pretty fast with his hands, not the same way that you are. He likes to use something sharp in his hands, but still pretty good with his hands, pretty sharp with his hands.
Better frontline fighter than a roguish individual would usually be, but yeah, maybe not a barbarian.
Just curious, because we no longer have a paladin.
Yeah.
And currently your cleric has to be MIA today, so warm thoughts out to you, Scrags, by the way.
Yeah, so
we're squishy.
That's why I gave everybody 9 extra hit points with Inspiring Leader. So hopefully that makes up for it a little bit.
I can heal myself exclusively because I don't think Volric will heal anyone. But that
thank you for that.
But really he does have the ability to.
Because now I'm a Sun Soul Monk Druid. It behooves me to be ranged in a lot of cases.
That's kind
I'm
of
just seeing,
Monk Druid? Wait, what? Okay,
Circle of the Moon Druid.
Sun Soul Monk,
so
Circle of the Moon Druid. So he's.
Are you going to be punching light as a bear or something?
Yes.
That's the first thing I said. I was like, "Oh my god, you're gonna be a bear punching the sun."
Well, that's the unfortunate thing for Erebus is that Erebus has not yet met Bearmo.
Bearmo! Hell yeah!
Oh god!
These are the things that we do. I love D&D. In case you didn't know, I love
I'm going to be honest. Since I was under this assumption, Erebus is going to be under this assumption. He thought you were a cleric.
All right.
He thought you were a cleric of some random god. That's why you're staying behind trying to fix stuff.
All right. So,
yeah, I mean, I can see that. I've got healing.
So, you guys have now all somewhat sneakily, even Scrags, with his inability to be sneaky, was relatively sneaky coming around this mountain. Actually, I think Dottie was the least of them all in terms of sneakiness.
I think it was maybe me with my actual, like, I think I put on, what was it, pass without trace, and I got the lowest number out of everyone. And I was like, wow, the person I built to be stealthy is actually very bad. It's one thing he's supposed to do.
What are you guys going to do, though?
I don't know if we can take a Cyclops in our current condition.
I think we can.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Why not?
Yeah. If we can't take it now, we'll never take it.
This will be a good test for us. If we can't do this, then we're screwed.
Yeah.
Also, I want to see how everyone fights. Also, BT Dubs, he is a beehive, and I kind of want that beehive to be nice because, as we mentioned before, Volric has a weird thing for bees now. Yeah. So
we want our flower to be pollinated, but also I haven't fought in a while in this campaign, so I really want to. I think our last fight was with a druid that I one-shot because he was, or not a druid, it was a dryad.
Yeah.
Last time we rolled initiative was for a forest fire.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple. It's been a few seasons.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nah, and that's how Witchlight Beyond, or how Wildlife Beyond the Witchlight works. It is very much a non-combative campaign.
The bloodlust is high right now, so we're definitely taking.
If the bloodlust is high, then what are you gonna do with it?
It's very high for Dottie. Just saying.
Okay, well then, since I already have Hunter's Mark on him, I am just gonna focus free arrow. Like I have already knocked 3 arrows, and I'm gonna aim it for the wrist, so he'll drop.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so smaller, a little bit higher AC, but great idea. I'm here for it. Before this happens, actually no, this is sneaky. So, Volric, go ahead and roll your attack.
Do we all get to take a surprise round on this, or is it just Volric?
It'll be. Well, I'm going to say you guys are all kind of quite aware of each other and what the heck's going down. So I'm going to say that Volric kind of gives you a little bit of a nod and just looses it, giving you enough time to be able to do the free round 2 before the Cyclops responds. So,
and what's the distance of the Cyclops?
Say again?
What's the distance of the Cyclops?
Currently, let me pull out my measuring tool. It's around 40 feet away, 40 to 50 feet away from you.
Not a problem.
Okay. I also have Dread Ambusher.
Oh, this is new to me. Educate me.
So, at the start of each of my turns, I add a +4 to my initiative roll. Already did that. But at the start of the first turn of combat, I have a increased walking speed by 10, so I have 45 walking speed. And then I also get, if I attack in that action, I make 1 additional weapon attack as a part of that action. So I should have 3 attacks for the surprise round.
Okay, for surprise, that's different because this isn't actually a round. It is more of a reaction. So it'll only be like 1 shot in this case. But you can use that on your first time in the rounds that we actually have things going down. Like the actual combat.
I'm pretty sure this is just. I think this is just a thing that just does stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but it'll do it on actions. So we'll do it inside the actual combat. This is your surprise round. So you'll only get 1 shot.
Oh.
Yeah. We're doing like.
Oh no! I was trying to read the like how often I could use this, and I was like, there's no real no action thing, but it's just the first turn I get it. Every other turn after that I can't use it, which is smelly, but oh well.
Right.
Yeah, you'll probably go first with your huge initiative round anyways.
That is gonna hit.
Yes.
Okay, and
so well,
While Volric does
Excuse
this,
me.
can I use my bonus action to go full bear mo?
Yes, you can.
Can I use my action to go, oh my goodness, a bear?
All right.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna charge.
And then the lightning bolt
So-
comes out. Ooh.
Hi,
Yeah.
darling.
I need to do a dex save here with my Flacklop.
Okay, Fletcher.
This is the first non-fire spell I've prepped for Dottie.
So I can't attack him, right? Because I have to use an action.
Well,
I'm
this
not
is a
in
surprise.
range.
This is a surprise thing. So, unless you've got something rangy, you're probably right.
Okay.
I can definitely get up to him and attack him though, because I move 50 feet.
Oof, that's nice.
I think I used up my deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this
Oh,
is
no,
that
I
this is
do.
a reaction thing. This isn't gonna include movement, so this is
Yeah.
not in the combat yet. So if you're gonna do an attack, it's from where you guys are and then going in.
Yeah, I can't hit him.
Okay, then I'll just be bear mo for safety's sake.
Fair enough. You have now become safe bear mode. This is a disadvantage roll.
Oh, could I use like the
Oh, I
dash to
failed.
get up to him?
You
Maybe.
yeah, I would allow that as your reaction. I would
Okay.
definitely allow that for sure. Okay, so then
Oh, then real quick, since bear mo is a bonus action, can I use my movement speed to? Can I just sprint up there to get to him as well?
I am gonna say the two of you start going, and you actually react to to Shimo as he's running towards this
Oh my
Cyclops. He just does this leap, and the whole form from top to bottom turns into quadrupedal bear coming running at alongside you towards this Cyclops. So you saw the whole formation happening beside you.
War bear.
Let's roll some initiative because
That's a
there's
bear.
definitely some damage.
Okay,
Um,
so for my thingy, I did 7 piercing and then 5 additional of Hunter's Mark.
Yes. Okay, so we got this.
I don't have a token, so I can't click on it to roll initiative.
Oh, that's a good point. Hang tight. Let me get you guys in the right spots then before that happens, and then I'll get the maps up. You guys have a goodly chunk of speed.
Holy
Now that's an
shit.
initiative.
All right, and then
Holy moly.
Erevis
My
also
boy
got
better
their
go in first. I swear to God.
layer, GM layer. I have not looked yet. I am not interested. I'm not sure I'm ready.
Wait,
to
does
do
your
that yet.
subclass give you a bonus too?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like wisdom?
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. It adds my wisdom as well as my dex on top.
Okay, so it's like swashbuckler.
Okay.
There's a lot of ways to do that. I think there's a wizard subclass that adds intelligence too.
Hey, chat,
Yeah.
I have a whole
Blade
bunch
song.
of just stuff going on here. So I'm going to ask for you guys to roll for me. So I can do initiative for all the people that I have to manage. So you're going to roll initiative for me. Because I only have a few. So the damage that I get is 7 plus 5, so 12 points of damage plus another 15 points of lightning damage on the Cyclops boy. Yeah, that's a goodly chunk of damage.
What?
Yeah, that's
What
right.
is this from? I know this is from something.
If
It's
you've
from
been
Crit
watching-
Roll.
It's not actually
Oh,
Crit Roll. Crit Roll has been using it's a royalty-free thing,
Baldur's-
and so shout out to Kevin MacLeod for this ridiculous quantity of amazing music that he's written for royalty-free purposes. Kevin MacLeod is the man. Okay, so yeah. Hello there, Crimson Times. Good to see you in the chat. And there's a follower closer to my. Oh, by the way, I haven't told you guys this. I have a follower goal that unlocks turning the DM's voice into a goblin.
Scrags will talk instead of you.
Okay.
Everyone
So-
go follow
your
the
turn.
channel, please.
So you'll turn into.
Shags is a win, Genasi.
Is it possible to follow twice?
All right. I think I've
So
got
you'll
everybody where
turn
I
it-
want them to be.
You just turn into
do
Scrags. Hell yeah.
This. Let's get us a
Oh.
map, shall we? Let's get us a
bear.
And let's get the map to a place where y'all can see. Yeah, that'll do the trick.
There?
He's up a little bit, so I'm going to say that you are kind of good. Like the bear's able to reach. You're able to reach as well from where you are, just kind of perched on the side of the mountain. Did I get a roll from the chat? Chat, roll in.
Not yet, I don't think.
I do not have vision.
Wasn't Volric and Scrags like further up because they snuck ahead?
Oh, I'm a halfling. I can fix that.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
I'm giving you vision. Just give me 1 second there, Shimo. You should have something to look at now.
Yeah.
Shimo, can you
now
see
I will
now?
roll my initiative.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, your bear has a mustache.
I drew it myself.
He did.
That's
Like
how
Spencer actually drew it himself for us. It's marvelous. All right. There it is. Crimson Times just rolled for me my initiative, so I am going to use that for all of the creatures that I have to operate, which is just a couple of them. I need to get this up here so I can see. Okay, so I've got Dottie, I've got Baramo. Let's add in. This is going to be a thing, isn't it? Okay, go. So, the technology. I love the technology sometimes. Don't let me forget that. Okay, add that person in, and then who's the person I'm missing here? The person I'm missing is Erebus. Erebus, and then I'm gonna get my little cute little one-eyed creature to roll some initiative too. Oh, that did not. Why did that not go? Why you no go? Oh, because I clicked on the wrong button. That'll do the trick. Okay.
Okay.
Go! That's better. Thank you. Okay. And last but not least, let's gonna go with Scrags, Amador, and then actually it's gonna be Scrags, Gleam, and then Amador. In that order.
Yeah.
And they were a 10 to the initiative. From the chat, thank you very much, Crimson Times, for doing so. Volric was a 26. What? And then Erebus is a 19. All right, let's get this going. There we go. So, Volric, from your position, you see your arrow does in fact actually hit, and as it hits, a lightning bolt strikes through the shoulder and arm as well of this creature. And he does indeed drop the staff with the bees. And that hits the ground, starts swarming out some insects as well. I gotta add them to the initiative. But it is your turn.
What? No, they're my friends. What do you mean? They don't need to be in an initiative. They're our friends. But I am going to move to a more slightly adaptation position. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Boop. I'm going to move over there.
Oh, is that the elf?
At the back, yeah. That's me.
Oh, yeah, that's the elf at the back. Yep.
Yeah, right here.
She's got this partial moon mask that kind of wreathes her head.
That's cool.
And yeah, no, I'll do that. And okie doke. Well, I've used that Dread Ambusher thing, so I have now 3 attacks. Okay. So all of these attacks I'm about to make are going to be with Sharpshooter.
Okay. Sharpshooter this stuff up.
And I'm going to aim, like, I have sort of, you see Fulric, if anyone's actually watching him, but would be pulling out 3 arrows at the one time and knocking them all at once. And, fuck it, yeah. That's what he's gonna do.
Alright.
First one. Shit.
Okay.
Does a 11 hit.
11 does not hit. Sails through this beekeeper mask. of net, a net that he's got kind of draped over his face.
And then a 13.
A 13 also
you
does not.
You rolled a 16 and an 18. Are
Yeah,
you
for a
adding your 9
sharpshooter.
to it?
No, it's
Because
a
the
sharpshooter. So you
I have to take away 5.
But if he does hit with that, he beefs up the damage in a big hurry. So
Yeah.
it is a 13 to hit.
Okay, well, that one definitely hits.
That one's gonna hit for sure. Yeah.
But because of Dread Ambusher, since I get to make an additional attack that turn, I also get to deal 1d8 of damage per weapon that I get to actually use at it. So it would be 2d8.
Yep.
Well, it would be 1d8 plus 4, and then another d8, and then I think it's like plus 10 plus the hunter's mark. So
Yeah.
we'll just roll it.
All of it is true. All of it is true.
Oops. So I got a 7 and a 5, and then
But you have a +0 for some reason.
yeah, I had a
Yeah, he's rolling out from D&D Beyond, so we're just doing the mental adding.
Okay.
I had to roll it separate because I don't think the additional 1d8 gets added on with my modifier, so I didn't want to roll it. You know what I mean?
Well, the 5 here is a D8 plus 4. So
yeah, and then that's 7. That
plus
7
your 7
is
for that.
so
and
12,
then and then your hunter's mark.
Yeah.
4 damage and plus more 10 more, so that's a total of 12, 16, 24. No, sorry, 26 because math damage in this shot. Where were you aiming again?
His eye.
Oh. Okay. Well, with that last one, I'm going to say, like, you keep on the first 2 sail through the netting. You're just trying to get his, and he doesn't move naturally. He doesn't move like most of the creatures you've ever had to fight. Kind of moves with this weird little head bob to the left and right, and so you finally track the movement, stick him in the eye. I'm going to say that's going to give him a little bit of disadvantage on a few things.
Yes!
Yeah, as it sinks in, and all you hear is this great guttural.
Right back at you. Cool.
All right, so that brings me. Okay, so that brings me to. I guess is that the end of your turn?
That would... Well, I've moved my 45, my bonus action, so I'm getting concentration up for Hunter's Mark. Yeah, that would be me.
Erebus, it is your turn.
I'll also be back in like 2 milliseconds. So.
First question, are you have to say you're doing inspiration beforehand? Or after?
That's a good question. Bardic inspiration.
No.
A DM inspiration?
DM inspiration, yeah.
DM inspiration, I usually say go ahead and do it. I give you the chance to roll it after you find out your first roll.
Okay, because I wanna.
But basically, all it does is give you advantage, right?
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I'm going to use my booming blade.
Okay.
On the brand. Oh no!
Oh, it's a nat 20.
No!
Oh my gosh!
Oh no! Oh no! That is so much damage.
That is.
Oh
Holy
no! Oh
shnikes.
no! Oh no! Okay. So 31 plus. Goodness.
somebody clip this. Somebody clip this. I can't clip things right now.
So 31 plus 18 is 49.
Oh
Plus,
my gosh.
You
know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna double check this. He goes 15 plus 16. No. Do this. 15 plus 16 plus 9 plus. Nope. Plus 7 plus
it's like
7 plus 11
50.
is 65 damage. Clip it. Clip this video.
Even with just a normal rapier, I would still be doing like 49 damage.
Oh my gosh. I can't clip things right now. I don't have that set. I'm so sad. Okay, that's.
I'm gonna say I used my inspiration for that.
A ridiculous amount of damage. No, you didn't. It was your first roll. You didn't have to. Okay. Okay. That's just how she rolled. Okay, so
you see Erebus, kind of shocked by this bear, kicks off the wall, then kind of steps a little bit off of Shimo to get enough height, and then shoves Burning through the wiring, aims for the arrow that's still stuck in his eye, and pushes it deeper into his head. And then kicks off and backs up.
Holy shit.
I know.
Does bonus action disengage or dash?
No, fancy footwork.
Fancy footwork. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my, that's so fantastic.
I will bonus action hide because I just pissed him off. Actually, I'll move over to...
This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. I'll get in melee, and everyone else will leave melee.
Did you see that?
You're a bear.
Dog, did you see the damage?
Oh yeah, I seen it. And I'm ecstatic that I have someone to combat me with damage dealing.
That is a hot shit amount of damage.
That. I was given a magical weapon immediately upon entering the team that does 3d6 extra fire damage.
So yeah, it's that wowzers. Okay. I was gonna do crunchy crits, but I don't need it. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go for my dude, because that's the end of Erebus's turn. I have to do this with disadvantage.
24
what am I gonna do? Yeah, you totally just changed my game attack here. All right, he's going for Shimo. You guys all abandoned him. That's what we're gonna do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Makes this combat a little bit more interesting. This is a disadvantage roll because y'all just blinded the fuck out of him with 2 shots. 19 damage.
Ooh,
or so 19 to hit, I should say.
Roll.
19. Yeah, it hits.
Okay, so 15 damage to Bearmo, and he takes. This is supposed to be a disadvantage. Why is this not? Oh, it's because that's asking me to do the things here. There we go. A 16 to hit.
A 6. Yeah. As Bearmo, I only have 14.
Okay, so that is a total 37 points of damage between the two.
Bearmo. No.
Yep, I'm now back to Shimo.
All right, let me bring Shimo back up here then. And oops, sorry, that's
the swarm of bees. Just then starts attacking.
Erebus is just talking to Dottie. Dude, he turned into a bear. Go look.
I know, it's so cool.
All right, and I'm gonna put Shimo in here in just a sec, so you have your vision back. And layer, token, huzzah. Okay, you see the things because it's been a hot second since we've used your token.
Yes, I see.
Awesome. Marvelous. Okay, and you're going to get an opportunity attack because he's gonna start running away from you.
He takes booming blade damage.
Oh, son of a bitch, he does. I totally forgot about that.
10 extra damage. As Dottie sees Erebus like kind of looking over the side, and as soon as he starts moving, he snaps his fingers. Booming energy.
That's 75 damage from one attack. That on a level 5 character, that's insane. Okay, so Yeah, and he just suddenly.
Holy cow!
You hear this burst of thunder with no lightning, which is the part that's unusual. As he, and you can actually, are you gonna do an attack of opportunity on him, Shimo?
Oh yes, sorry.
Get her done. 19 hits.
Excellent.
So 7 points of damage. Okay. Nope, not divided by -7. Okay. He's looking like there's just blood just gushing out of his head, and this was what was this? Was this a fist or a what was it?
Oh, that was a fist.
Yeah. Okay. So you punch him in the thigh, and you can almost hear a bit of a crack, because you're not tall enough to go any higher than that. But he's gonna keep on running.
Oh yeah, you're a monk. I forget.
All right.
Bite his toes.
And he's just left the beehive behind. Shout out to Tavern Tales Maps. This is their maps. Okay. Next bit. That's him. That brings us to Dottie. Y'all done scorched him. You've got an arrow through his wrist. You've got another arrow branded through his eye, gushing gore. And you watch as Shimo get smashed twice with a great club and just back into his normal self. And so he responds just by like punching him in the thigh, punching the Cyclops in the thigh, just above the knee, the back of the knee, as the Cyclops starts running away.
Okay, so I'm going to move up, and I think Fireball can actually reach. And he's not near my friends anymore, so this is perfect.
We are bullying this man.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Fireball.
Let's get...
Is this the first time?
This is the first time.
The first time on purpose.
First time on purpose. Not a wild magic fireball this time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
And I love that the narrative says that you've cast fireball, like when you did wild magic, it was both times fireball.
Yep.
Anyway.
It checks. So he has to make a DC 16 dex.
Okay, I'm going to let the chat roll this one out. Chat, there's a dexterity save involved. I need you to roll for me a D20. And you type that by exclamation
this guy doesn't
mark,
even know what's
roll
happening.
20, no spaces.
Yeah, to be fair, we kind of just like
started
all sort of ganked him.
Yeah, you just kind of, I allowed it, honestly. I just wasn't expecting 75 damage in one round. Okay?
You can take the weapon. You can take the weapon if you want.
What is it? I
But
don't
it
even
is
know
their
how much.
brand.
Okay. All right, so with no roll from the chat right now, thank you all for the lurks. I appreciate that. However, it means that I have to roll. And I can do this.
Oh, no.
I can totally roll this. Watch me whip. Now watch me fail now.
So he takes 32 fire.
You guys watch. What does it look like, Dottie? As you like, how do you do this?
Oh, is it dead?
Oh, he's dead. Holy crap! I actually feel kind of bad. But you notice.
Remember, you're Dottie. You're not Jedha. Carry on.
Oh, that is true. Dottie has no remorse. Yeah. So she runs forward, and this is the first time anyone's seen this happen on purpose, but her eyes glow this like bright orange, and you see just off in the distance the Cyclops explode and just a big ball of fire.
And just this massive flame erupts from the eye socket that is now very much cavernous, and just everything blows up and really wreathed in flame. Cinders dripping onto parts of the rock around him, just absolutely annihilated. That takes us out of combat.
Nice. And I'll use sorcery points to get a 3rd level spell slot back.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do now that this combat has kind of
I'm
wrapped
gonna
up.
scoot over to the bod and loot it because I'm a whore. So I'm gonna steal all of its stuff.
Roll it.
Is there a
is
body
swarm
left?
there is a swarm of bees as well. Is that aggressive?
It is not actually at the moment.
Yes, be friends. Okay, so what am I rolling?
So, you are rolling, and actually, that as you run over there to investigate, I'm gonna get you to roll investigation check. While that's happening, Amador, who never got a turn to do a damn thing, is gonna run immediately up to everything, and get up to the bees and just kind of grab the staff that's holding the beehive, and just lift it up. Shh, 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 shh,
Scrags, why didn't you do anything?
Okay.
Come on.
But I was looking after all the people back here.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What?
That's what you guys get to unlock. That's what you guys get to unlock if you guys get enough followers in here.
Oh gosh.
At Cribs of Times, I'll use your roll on that all the same. Your roll is way worse than mine ever was. All right.
However, I just got a nat 20.
And yeah, you did. So, but Amador picks up the staff, and you can see the leaves flexing with muscles that don't really exist. Just like the veins start to pop, the leaf veins start to pop as he kind of lifts up this staff. Just,
Damn, you're ripped, Amador.
well, yes, my lady, I am.
I'll run up to Dottie and
I'm
and
taken
say,
though.
To the bees.
With the
To the
bees.
bees.
That's okay.
Well, in your investigation on the Cyclops, what you're definitely going to get, as I close windows that I don't need open anymore, let's see here. Actually, I'm going to use Crimson Time's roll actually instead for the state of some of the stuff that the Cyclops was carrying, because y'all fireballed him up too. So he was carrying a very large club, a great club, that is now much more like a great stick that is still cindering and on fire. You were able to also very quickly glean for him that something that he was carrying, some sort of giant-sized decanter made of clay or something like that on his hip, that is very much chipped off at the top. Smells pretty good though with your investigation check. Smells as a very serviceable honey mead.
Ayo.
And of course, you do also see the netting that is now basically just flying away from the body as ash and cinders that has just been blown up. And you can see your arrow. It has been completely incinerated by a red brand.
Damn it! I wanted that arrow back.
So you have to knock one arrow down. Actually, you have to knock like 4 arrows down because they're all blown up from this fireball.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Me
Me and my 20 arrows are losing from joy.
So now you know you're... And now, being around Dottie, you realize just how long those arrows are likely to last in combat. So, there's still more than
Dottie,
possible that you guys can do.
You blew us up, or you blew it up, but not us.
I know!
It's
I've
incredible.
come so far. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to roll for wild magic on that one. So.
Yeah, you do.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm okay.
I'm
Okay.
Oh, it's because it's on the low end?
I-
Because that was a nat 20.
I think it's a 1.
I'm wanting to
remembering.
double check this.
Oh god.
I'm
You blow me up
gonna
again.
steal.
Right after I just said
after
good
you
job.
say that.
I'm gonna take the stick, by the way. The Great Club announced it's just the stick. I'm gonna take it.
You starting first level, you can when you do so anytime you roll, you can have you roll on the wild magic search table immediately, or higher you get. Okay, so where this is, you didn't use Tides of Chaos on this.
No, anytime I cast a leveled spell, I think I'm
Okay,
supposed
so-
to roll.
Only if I say so, I do. Please, it's not a D20. You have to roll though.
Oh,
It's a
D100?
It's a D100.
Interesting. Okay.
See
Okay.
here.
I actually just have the table.
So
Oh, do you
he's
have
just
it handy?
saying you surge.
Okay, good,
basically?
good.
Holy shit.
Oh, this is interesting.
Roll a D10.
Oh, didn't this happen before?
Nope, this is a new one for us.
No.
Roll me a D10.
Maybe it was a different game.
Oh god. I rolled a 10. Okay.
How old was Dottie to begin with?
She was in, I would say, her early 20s.
Okay.
So now she's 30.
So, yeah, and what's interesting about this is that as part of the aging process, hair grows.
Yeah.
He's
So-
getting it back.
Do I get my
And-
hair back?
Just very quickly, while you're saying all that to Dottie, you didn't cause damage. You noticed the hair is growing back. Roll a perception or an insight check, if you will, please, Erebus.
All right. How long do hobbits live? They live a long time too.
I'm not a hobbit, I'm a halfling.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
quite the dragon.
I
one.
always say
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, insight or perception?
Your choice.
All right, 12.
Perception. Okay, yeah. You notice that the hair is growing back.
Oh my goodness.
What's happening? I'm pink again, and I just take the beanie off. Actually, no, I should leave this on. I'll just make it more fashionable.
There you go.
It's a magic item.
So it actually
My-
grows the beanie right off your head, so you kind of have to like. And
Keep
it's a
adjusting.
full head of hair now. All right.
Valoric comes over to the rest of you guys with like what was remains of the Great Club, and he's just like carrying it over, and he's like, "So, are our bees thankful?"
Yes. Well, we still have to find Pollinella, but so far, yes. I don't think they were. I don't know. They need Pollinella for sure. And
Oh,
he kind of brings the
have-
staff down a little bit closer so we can actually look at it's like the head is now right parallel with the beehive, which for any of you be like, that's bees around your head. But for Amador's seems to be quite at home this way.
Can't the
Just
other
starts
bees
whispering
help
to it.
find her or have some way to locate them? Are these big bees too?
These are not as large bees. These are like squished baseball-sized bees. To be clear, when I say football-sized, I mean American football. Dak has definitely clarified that for me. Appreciate that, Dak. But he looks kind of beside you as he starts whispering to the bees. That's what I'm about to find out. He just kind of starts whispering a little bit to the bees. Amador's the bee whisperer.
If a bee comes over to Volric, he is going to pet it. He's just gonna pet
Okay,
it.
roll me an animal handling check. This is the first time in a very long time I've been able to say, do an animal handling check. I'm
22.
here for it. Nice. So yeah, the bee
Wow.
lands. Where the bee lands though happens to be like right on your arm, and you can just start.
Hi, little guy. Like this is the first time you see Volric like smile naturally. Thanks, Dottie. And like he's like very much at home, like with animals compared to people. And he's like, "Hi."
He'll lean over to Dottie and say, "See, a spot of murder and everyone's happy. I think
know.
it's a really good stress relief."
It's a good cooperation team building exercise.
Yes.
Liam's gonna be like, I think there are more productive ones.
No.
No, I don't.
No,
I
it's
agree.
Shut down. Shut down. Like,
So Amador's, they haven't smelled her for a while. Not since the tornado.
You can speak bee?
Well, no, I just kind of get the sense of what's going on. They like, I kind of they're really good at pantomime.
Really good at charades. Good for them.
Oh,
It's like that one scene in like Finding Nemo with like the school of fish.
we just got ourselves for the first time using the D's Nuts Redeem logo thing. There you go. Getting it. Okay. That's
D's
mostly
nuts.
for these nuts, but yeah, they could. Yeah, Crimson Tides, they can smell. They can totally smell. That's honestly, it's the pheromones that the bees use to actually connect with one another, and so they can sense or smell the location of their queen. That's how they know where the hive is going to be. The challenge is this hive is, and you guys are looking at this hive, and especially you, Volric, with your great animal handling check, you're going to notice that the number of bees that should be around this hive is significantly reduced. And Amador turns to you and says, maybe we should go to the rest of the hive. See if there's any evidence there.
Wait, this
Still-
isn't the hive?
Still
just
very
private.
much petting the bee. Like you go,
Conical
Awesome.
coffee, redeeming a hydrate. Let's do it,
everyone,
folks.
drink your stuff
Ooh.
now.
Please make sure it is actually something that is actually liquid and not well. Again, I mean, liquid and alcoholic is somebody last time I had this happen. Somebody said, "Well, the only liquid I have beside me is rubbing alcohol." Like, don't drink that.
Oh my gosh.
I have coffee, so it fits.
I'm
Right.
Irish. Leave me alone.
All right. But he says, no, the rest of the hive is actually where I got Pollinella from in the first place. This is just like his traveling hive he uses to help find great sources and such. Or used, I suppose. Looks over at the pile. I did not expect you to dispatch a bugbear that quickly.
It's a cyclops, not a bugbear.
That's not a
Bugbears
cyclops.
are
That's a cyclops?
competitive.
Persuade
One
him.
eye.
Didn't you say at one point Cyclops and then you changed to Bugbear?
I
That
don't
might be
remember.
meta.
That might be a little meta. I'm playing into the fact that Amador doesn't have a clue what the hell's going on.
16.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
With my -2.
Yeah. You did
Well,
pretty good.
if I only have one eye, does that mean that I'm a Cyclops too?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
No. What? He looks over at Dowd.
I don't think he's wrong. I don't think she's wrong.
And he just starts
There's more
walking away with the hive out kind of above him, which it's a big stick, and so like the hive is well above his head, way above Scraggs and Dottie's head. And he's just like following something. It's almost like watching. You've ever seen one of those dogs that have like the bone on the string on the elastic string
Oh,
that kind of
yeah,
bounces in
yeah.
front of his head, so he chases his own bone. It basically kind of looks like that as he starts walking through this mountainous terrain
Is the
and
bee
steps
still-
over the Cyclops and carries on.
Is my little bee friend still on me?
He's kind of swirling around you from time to time. Actually, he does lift off as soon as Amador starts walking to follow the hive that's here.
No, wait, I wanted to name you.
Oh,
The
you know, that one's easy enough. That one is just simply Bumble.
Bumble. Oh, Bumble, you're the cutest little thing alive. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Like as I'm walking with with Amador.
So, you see Aravis, if you're looking at him randomly, but Aravis, like, tries to hold himself back for a second, and you kind of see strain in his eyes, but then he turns to the elf, the other elf, not Shimo, what's her name?
Starts with a G.
Glitter, right?
Gleam.
Gleam, yeah. He turns to Gleam and says, "Can I wear your mask?"
I know.
What?
No.
No.
No. I thought you
I
said
appreciate you asking for consent, but no.
Why does it
Shot
matter?
down.
There are very few times that the DM could just go with a one-word answer and it actually works. Okay.
And then he'll
I'm sorry, you're put off by this. I apologize. No, because it's important to me.
No, because I like it. Piss off.
you see like an internal struggle like you've never seen before in him. I really
Erebus.
want to wear it.
I have a disguise kit. We can make your own version of it.
Oh shoot, you're right, and I'll change my appearance because I have a glitter armor. Or what is it
Oh,
called?
may I help? I love paper mache.
Glamored studded leather to change his outfit into her outfit.
Oh, I
Alright.
meant like craft time, but that works too.
Meanwhile, Volric and Amador are already like, like slowly walking out the
Oh yeah,
door.
they are totally. Shima, what was it you were saying?
Dottie, I love paper mache. Let me help.
Yay! We'll have to do crafts when we take our next rest.
And then
That'll
I
be so
challenge her
fun.
to an acrobatics contest.
Oh, you do ya?
Yeah.
All right. Give me one moment
want
as
to
I
do it
find
as
this out
well.
here real quick. I gotta look her up. Actually, I wonder if I have her in here. Let's look in
I also
here.
wanted to do that. Shame.
Nope, I don't want that. I want that out of the way, and then that way I can see the things. Do I have a thing for just her?
Next level, I get
I
expertise
do.
again. So if this doesn't work out, I can always get better.
Okay. Okay. And so, how are you gonna challenge her to an acrobatics thing?
I will, as soon as I turn, I'll do like a backhand spring over and over and over, like you know, one of those to hands to feet to hands to feet.
You do a tumble. Okay.
Yeah, a tumble. That's what it's called. But backwards.
All right. Roll me an acrobatics check.
All right. 17.
17. Okay. Cool. Let's go with. No.
Or sorry, 15.
15.
I was thinking
15.
7.
Okay. No. I want to see what the chat figures out for this.
Oh no.
If we can do
I
that.
did better. I got 24.
Are you gonna actually
So-
dance away too?
You're not even
I
here.
I know I'm not here, but I kind of just want to imagine, like, you know, with Bumble floating around or like buzzing around, and Volric just starts like backflipping and like twirling and stuff with Bumble.
The bee is immediately crushed.
Alright,
No!
I'm gonna do
No.
backflips too, but I'm
Wow.
gonna fail.
Okay.
Not bad.
Everyone do your best backflip.
That's not
now.
actually all that bad. A 10 is like you can do somersaults. That's what the 10 is what the average person can do.
Oh yeah, I'll do.
Holy crap! We're all really good
Wait,
at
what?
acrobatics. We all have a plus
Why
What
do
is
we
7.
all
happening
have a
here?
7?
What is going on? Okay. Fine, I'm gonna roll this out. You guys are throwing down. I'm gonna have to roll out. All right.
How did
So-
it work out that we all have a plus 7?
That makes no
We're
sense.
we're synchronized gymnastics team. Of course, we're all equal in skill.
There it is.
Wait.
Oh no, hang on, I'm not using mine. I'm using Crimson Times. I'm using theirs because it was a 15 plus 8.
8. She's good.
So as she as you start kind of doing this tumble, she's like looks to you, and she does the exact same tumble, one-handed, one-footed.
You see.
Tucks the other two in.
If
You
it
see
makes feel better,
Erebus.
Erebus.
Bow and say, "I am not disappointed.
It's
It
been a
seems the
while.
circus has quite the talented cast."
Volric, it's as soon as you hear Erebus say that, oh, that makes sense. That other one that was at the circus. The one that had the shadowy thing.
Mm.
Oh. Now you know why why Gleam doesn't have a shadow.
Mm. I'll keep it to myself, but as soon as Volric and them start like doing their little backflip off or whatever, Volric 100% is like, I'm better, and with his 24, he'll do something cool.
Something cool. Watch as Volric just has this moment with the bee, just does a little
extra...
like fist spin and just does a little tumble out of it as well. Actually, you know, I'm gonna say Volric. How Volric's into hip hop?
Yeah.
Volric does a little break dance up behind Amador before he carries on. There you go.
Why are you all so good at acrobatics? as Dottie's doing like front handstrings.
Yeah. She's like 3 feet tall and just cartwheeling down the path.
Amador starts spinning on his head.
I just want to do really basic somersaults, like a child trying to impress an adult.
You're just like, watch this. Like, do like our teddy bear roll, and he's like, ah.
And all you hear from behind you guys is Scrag saying,
Well, at least it's not a flute.
I couldn't even understand that. I gotta be honest.
Well, at least it's not a flute. Alright, so you guys carry on following Amador with this beehive. And getting to kind of wandering through, lightning still crackling over your head. There's that you actually do pass by one of the mountains that happens to have one of the like lightning rods. The lightning snaps to and then bounces away and disappears off across or behind other mountains behind you. But you start to hear a much larger hum kind of start to develop as well. It says, "We are getting close. Maybe just this one and I for a little bit, and perhaps stop dancing. It might make them nervous."
Oh, is he talking about me?
He is, yes. Pointing to you.
Freeze frame.
Okay.
You're not chill with the bees. You can't be here.
Right.
Get it? Be here.
So, as you guys round another corner, this time to your left, you guys see that there's this outcropping on the side of this mountain that is quite moss covered. Perhaps some of the first vegetation you've seen in a while. And on top of it, you could see a variety of different flowers, roses, tulips, that have kind of growing, short and stumpy, but definitely growing out of this moss laden outcropping. You also see that there are there's a small plot in this what seems to be now a garden. This is Volric and Amador that's there. You guys can see this kind of from the side a little bit. Mushrooms, and some of the mushrooms have actually had the tops lifted up and off and turned up into bowls. And what you see laid out before you is very much a methodical honeymead creation operation with lots of flowers for the pollinating, using the mushrooms as cups for actually fermenting the honeymead, and then of course the very large nest that is set inside kind of a recess in the mountain behind of bees. You are now at and it's a large enough outcropping with lots of extra space for you guys get up there, and Volric, you'll be able to see it easily with your passive investigation. Footprints the size of a cyclops.
Bastard.
And Amador crawls up here. All right, we're home. And the bees leave the nest, leave the mobile nest, and just go straight into the regular nest, the large one that has been set up, a large hive that's been developing in the side of the mountain.
How much honey does this place produce?
Roll a nature check.
Nature.
Enough to satisfy a cyclops, from what I can presume.
11.
It's a pretty darn big hive. Like, you don't, mind you don't really see the insides of hives very often. So you don't really know what big he is. But it looks like sizable enough for a pretty decent operation.
Okay.
But with the bees all settled back into the hive, Amador turns to you guys and says, all right, I think you're safe to come up. And he just kind of goes and
I'm
kind of
definitely
parks
going
himself
to-
beside the hive.
I'm going to hop on up and say, could this be the location of your missing bee, or is it elsewhere?
No, this is where I saved her from.
You saved her from her hive?
Well, I saved her from the Cyclops, I guess. Bugbear, Cyclops.
Volric just keeps like climbing up, walking past their conversation. He's like, "Keep up! It wasn't that hard to follow." As he keeps walking forward,
And says,
And
Amador
since
says,
you're a Cyclops, aren't you related?
Dottie, no.
Sorry!
I
we
do-
just kill your
I don't think I'm
dad?
going to get that big. I don't think I'm going to get that big.
I did see a resemblance, I have to
Mhm.
say.
Let me grow
All
my
of you,
petals
stop
back.
it. He turns around, like, immediately as soon as Volric gets to the top, he's like, "All of you, stop it."
And
Amador
I'm
love.
gonna
Amador's
pat
just
the
sitting there
flower on the back.
just kind of vibrating as
not-
if he's like they're trying to push petals out. Sorry, go ahead, Shimo.
I'm definitely gonna pat Amador on the back and say, anything's possible under the light of Yanlil.
Oh, that is true. You know of Yanlil.
But of course, I worship it.
Well, she's really hard to find here.
Don't worry, you can find her in your heart.
Yeah, that doesn't grow petals, unfortunately. But I know.
Are you injured? Does it hurt you?
It's just annoying. It's a whole lot easier to look like I know what I'm doing when I actually look like I know what I'm doing. Right now I look like a stump.
Oh. Well, out of game, not gonna waste cure wounds on. Oh no, my self-esteem's hurt.
You could certainly try if you wanted to.
All right, let's do it. Cure
All right.
wounds. You guys don't need it. None of you are gonna be in melee.
So
Hopefully
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry.
so you pump a cure wounds into him, and the spent sepal petals that he had, kind of shed off, and you can actually see the new growth underneath his head instead. So apparently he can regrow things. Not enough to actually get petals to reform, but he kind of looks up to you and says, Oh, it won't be long then. That was much better, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yanlil, right?
Yanlil.
I'm just used to seeing her and being able to do things, but suppose that'll do.
Volric goes
In
back.
time, I'm sure things will change.
They will. They definitely will. And he kind of sits down beside the hive, and you can see his little roots kind of start, kind of like curling toes in moss, kind of feel with only his roots though instead. And he just kind of settles down there and starts kind of whispering to the bees, and then turns back to you and says, "I'm gonna see if if any of them have actually smelled her."
So these bees are about this big, right?
About this big, yeah.
They're so cute.
And they have stingers that we can see.
You could see them, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
They don't. They're most of them with an insight check. I will tell you stuff.
Okay. Insight. There it is.
And,
Is Bumble around me still, or is Bumble just? kept chipped
Bumble
in?
is actually went back inside the hive, the big hive
Oh, no,
on the
I wanna-
mountain.
I want to go whiff. I want to go whiff.
So with a 13, you can see. Yeah, you could definitely see the stingers on their rears, but the it's tough to tell if there's anything like significantly scary about these stingers. Because you've heard of bees or wasps or hornets that are particularly vicious with their stings, and some that don't, that just really pinprick and that's it.
I'll go up to Amador, and I'll sit next to him. All right. Hear me out. Okay. So, have you ever been stung by a lot of bees?
No.
Well, I have, but only by the small ones, like the really like about the size of your thumbnail.
I don't have those.
Just
show me your hand.
that's
Show me your
true,
hand.
and I'll show him and give good details there about
Okay.
that.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
then, so I would imagine being stung by them would be even worse.
I imagine it would have hurt. I mean, the Cyclops had to wear a net.
Now, imagine if we somehow coordinated the bees to attack a place, and stop me if I'm crazy.
Oh.
But if we are able to do that, the amount of chaos that would ensue, I mean, it would put a smile on my face.
A bee army.
I'm gonna cast levitate on him.
Just starts floating. So Erebus starts floating?
Yeah. He has to do a con save though if he's not willing.
He doesn't realize, but he like goes the feeling of rising. Where he's like,
You don't have to roll it. You can just,
he's
you
like
just
starting
fail.
to float. Yeah.
Like,
What a
fail.
very strange use of a spell.
no, because he's talking. It's like, what if we get these
I
bees?
feel like I'm
and then have them
ascending. I feel like I'm ascending with this knowledge.
and we get them to do like a mass self-genocide, and then Bulwark's like, no, and like you can feel like you hear like a small whisper like on the wind like go past your ears, and then you feel yourself rising, and then if you ever look down, you can just see like small gathering of wind at your feet, just sort of slowly lifting you up and levitating you above.
Except that he's got his legs crossed sitting beside Amador, and so he basically
Yes.
looks like this,
I'm ascending.
like he's ascending. And so Amador kind of looks up and, well, okay, I could, if we can find Polynella, I can ask. She's the one we have to ask. Just
All right.
okay.
And he's still looking to the side, and he's saying, because as you know, we were talking about the hags and their spellcasters, and I imagine it would be very difficult. Actually, I know it would be difficult to cast spells with swollen hands and swollen lips, and these things would sweat.
I don't even know if they're
that
poisonous, but
I'm off the ground.
If we can find
Bulwark sort of
Polynella,
comes over.
then perhaps. So let me talk to the bees.
Valor comes over, like hearing this, and he's like, I don't know how comfortable they would be about, essentially dive bombing into a combat arena.
Well,
Why am I floating?
I did it so you would stop talking, but it didn't seem to work that well.
I don't think it's a problem for them to protect their
kinda
own.
like
If
it.
they think it's going to
Yeah.
protect theirs, they might do something about it.
Bulwark's passing wind.
That's
All right,
not-
I'm going to try something, and he's going to start flipping in there,
didn't
and
You
then
work.
can
he'll
do that.
and he'll then like pull in to go faster. And then,
So
like, spread
while
out
he's
and slow
flipping in
down.
the air and doing these mid-air acrobatics, which, by the way, Gleam raises an eyebrow at. Oh, now there's the next act. Dottie, what have you
Yeah,
been doing?
he'll point at you and say, "I think you got a job at the circus if you wanted."
I am dangerously close for dropping levitation and just
Dottie, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I think just listening to all the different ideas. Dottie has a one-track mind though, and is just picturing blowing everything up at the hag's place. So she's like, if I cast Fireball here, how will that affect everyone else? So along those lines.
Strategizing Fireball.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
And Shima, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm gonna walk over to. Of course, I have to remember people's names. Erebus, and reach my hands up and say, "We could be trapeze artists."
He'll grab, but I don't know how this will work.
No. As soon as you start to grab, like Volric goes, and like you fall.
I'll get you.
I'll try an acrobatics so I don't hit
Yeah,
him.
go ahead. Acrobatics check with advantage because you've got Shima helping you out.
All right.
Yeah, you
20.
land safely. You 3-point
In
Black
my
Widow land.
arms.
Oh yeah, no, with your just like
Oh. Well,
yeah, and the two of you guys are very much like looking at each other, holding onto each other's arms, dead-eyed.
Now kiss.
he'll turn around. He'll turn away.
There you go.
Then he'll turn back. By the way, you turned into a bear.
I'm
Druid.
very sorry. Was this unbearable for you?
You know, there are some places in the Feywild where you could be arrested for that. And there are some places in the Feywild that would make you their king and savior.
Oh, speaking of Bearmo, I have something I've been wanting to try out.
Oh, of course.
So, not right now, but I have a new spell that can make Bearmo bigger
Oh.
and more dangerous. We'll have to
That-
try
that
it
would
out
be
the
a
next
good
time we get in the altercation.
If we didn't instantly kill the Cyclops, I could
Exactly.
have wrestled the Cyclops.
That was my plan 1, but then I was like, Fireball.
Meh.
Meh.
Nah.
Meh.
All right. Okay, I'm just gonna do something here real quick. Okay, that didn't work. That's fine. Okay, so oh, that's why. Dang. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. So, okay, it's kind of settled in for a bit, and you guys can take a short rest here if you would like, while Amador is kind of conversing, or seems like they're trying to do something with the bees. Sometimes it just looks like Amador is just sitting there looking at them.
Well, we
I'm
have
gonna try
a
and
day
also-
until they're
I-
ready.
I'm also gonna try and like speak to different bees and be like, "Hey yo, have you seen like that dragon, like that flower?"
Do you have speak with animals?
bestie? Nope.
Okey-doke.
No, I don't.
Then
I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try my diggly dang back.
and
Do they
every
speak
once in a while,
Sylvan?
you can certainly try.
I'm going to walk over and pat Volric, and it's like, let me handle this, and I'm gonna repeat what he said in Sylvan.
Okay. The Bumble has at some point in the short rest, Bumble will actually come back and kind of land on your shoulder from time to time, Volric. And so you speak to basically Bumble, and it doesn't really do anything. Just kind of sits there.
I keep patting
Well-
him though, and he's like, "You have no idea what I'm saying to you, do you?"
So then after a little
Oh,
bit,
oh
it
no,
picks up
Bumble
off the shoulder. Oh, go ahead.
Bumble understands. Bumble said you need to worship the light of Yunlil better.
Stop it! I'm not following your cult, thank you.
And the Bumble will actually lift up and off your shoulder, fly over to the flowers in the garden nearby, and just kind of settle on a couple of the flowers for a bit. Go back to the
See,
hive.
it's a sign.
And yes, what you guys are noticing is more often than not, even though there's a lot of bees in that hive, you do see bees exiting, going towards the flowers. A couple of them seem to go and settle on either Amador or Volric just for a couple of moments before going to the flowers, then coming back to the hive.
I get more bee friends.
I'm suddenly very worried of this whole Ace Ventura, all the birds on his arms kind of look. Oh, no, we're not. Yeah. Anyway.
But each time like a new bee comes down, Volric literally looks like, per bee that's on him, he looks like another stage of happiness.
All right, Dottie, what's that for?
And he's like,
seeing Volric pet bees and be friends with them. Dottie's like, I want to pet a bee.
She had to sheepishly amble over up beside Volric, and like, almost like, are you gonna just go for it? Are you gonna ask for consent? What are you gonna do?
No, I'm just going to pet the bee.
Can I assist?
Yeah.
And be like,
well,
and I'd be like, well,
she rolled a 14 twice.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well.
It's a thought that counts.
Volric's like, you don't want to spook them. Just go gentle. Let them know that you're there.
And so you reach out to Volric's arm and just
it's
petting one of the bees.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Volric's tall, BT dubs. I was like, I forgot about that.
Well, she's short. She's less than 3 feet. So, hey, yeah. So you guys get yourselves a nice, comfortable, quiet time here. Scrags is off, kind of looking around what would have been the personal effects of the Cyclops, and Gleam is just sitting, kind of watching out over the edge, sighing, not really even looking at the ground, just kind of looking off into the space above, and the lightning continues to crackle above. At the end of this short rest, fairly about an hour in, Amador says, They're moving. And you guys all watch as a bunch. Now they're not going to the flowers anymore. They started kind of buzzing and started to fly off of the mountaintop. And just 1, 2, 6, 7, 15 bees, and eventually, as you guys watch, it looks like a lot of bees are starting to create this trail of dots in the sky in the distance.
Like Volric does, like as he sees like all of his bee friends slowly like leave him, he's like, well, I think that's a pretty good sign. And he gets up and he's like, enough waiting around. And then he's gonna like start following the trail.
Is
This
this
is Go ahead.
Is this he's talking to Amador. Is this a sign of something?
And he's already up and walking alongside, maybe almost beside Volric, maybe a bit behind. Definitely. They'll only do that if they know where she is.
I'm going to immediately trot along and say, with gusto.
All right.
Yes, that's right, with gusto. And he pulls out his rapier. Onward! And just starts following behind Volric.
I'm so tempted to
as soon
just
as he pulls out the rapier
bolts.
and like the rapier like sort of like pops out at his side and he's like, nope, and he like lowers it down.
Okay.
As he keeps walking, not even like giving him a look, he just sees it out of his peripheral and just goes no and lowers it.
Come on, Dottie.
You see Dottie in the back with little halfling feet, like trying to keep up, but not working. Because everyone's so much taller than her now.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely double back and pick up Dottie and then continue on.
Yay!
And that's easily done for you. It's not the right page. Let me get to the correct page here next. Okay, so
I will help Scrags. just kidding.
I
wouldn't
don't
worry
need
about
any
him.
help.
I wouldn't worry about him. If he's truly an air genasi, surely he could just float along with an eyebrow raise.
I'm not going to play
about
that
that.
out for him. I'm not going to play that out for him.
He'd probably turn himself into a flower or something.
Improved in Aussie, my ass.
All right, yeah, cool. So, over the course of the next little while, you guys, it's getting maybe a little bit later than midday, as you guys traverse this mountainous, craggy terrain, and around. I'm gonna say this travel that you guys are gonna go following this swarm of bees, leaving this streak of dots, black darkened dots across the sky. After a couple of times, it's really difficult to see them, but because until the lightning shines, and then you can see the bees illuminated by it. However, or the swarm at the very least illuminated by it. What you start to realize is that, of course, these lightning bolts they are very much unnatural, which of course you already knew, but even lightning bolts would probably have tried to find a way to the ground some other by maybe even through the bees. You would have expected those bees to be in danger. They fly straight, and the lightning passes over top of them, not through them.
Huh.
Can I try maybe roll an Arcana or something to try
Sure.
and figure out what could be happening?
Sure, go for it.
With a +1, let's go, baby!
Can I try and identify where they're going?
Yes, you can. Well, what do you know of Yawn? I'm gonna say roll a history check.
Oh, I just got proficiency in that.
Yes, you did. That's right. You sat in a chair, and it gave you proficiency in that.
11.
It deeper toward into Yawn.
We haven't seen a full map of Yon, have we?
No, you haven't. Nobody's got a map. It's very difficult to tell where anything is because of the craggy. Like every time you come around a corner, there's yet another mountain in the way to be able to see other things.
Oh, our friend.
Yes, so we do have Scrags here
Scrags!
listening in. So I'm not gonna jump Scrags into the stream at the moment. We'll get them in if they get an opportunity, but they're listening in for the time being. Okay, so carrying on through this craggy atmosphere, eventually you start to see something off in the distance, a little light, and all you can see is the glow from behind a mountain, and then it darkens. And this seems to be in the same general direction the bees are going.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
I'll scout ahead a bit. In
Roll me
stealth.
stealth and perception check if you want it.
I'll give
Oh
them
my
pass without trace.
goodness, I don't need it. Well, yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
I always roll.
I give it-
20.
Well, to be fair, I give it to everybody around us in case we all need it, but still.
Okay, I'll stealth too.
All
20,
right, anybody who
if I
wants to, you
add
can
that.
certainly do so. And with a 20, anybody who wants to be stealthy, go right ahead and do so.
23.
All right, so 24.
24.
Nice. Okay, decent enough rolls, but even with those, a 40 makes Erebus basically just disappear. And you guys are now starting to get used to this. It's not unnerving. Erebus just finds themselves into shadow and carries on through the shadow, through and up mountain sides and so on and so forth to get a little bit ahead. And sure enough, Erebus, as you round another corner, you do see what seems to be 8 columns of rock that just kind of reach out skyward. And in between them, a deep lake in a crater between these 8 columns. You do see that there is a rowboat beside one of these columns, and it is moored to the shore of this lake in the crater. But what you also see, and it's a bit of a distance away, you do see a figure walking down the side of one of these columns with a torch, walking back down towards the this rowboat. With a 20 perception, you also see something floating around him. Or sorry, not so floating. Sorry, you also see it's almost like a second head on his shoulder.
B.
I don't know what you're talking about. Go back to the group.
And then you also look
and
up.
that's all I can see. I just some dude with another head.
You look up to the top of that column that this creature, this humanoid, was walking down from, and you can see 8 winged dark creatures, and they are, as the lightnings and the thunder sounds kind of subside, you could hear cackles of laughter from these winged creatures just floating around the top of that spire.
Is this only Erebus that can see this at the
At the
I'm
moment,
about to
yeah.
relay it to you. So I will make note of that and look for any other persons or any signs of familiar haggery. And if not, I will go and relay this information to the others.
Yeah, so and this person is almost half a kilometer away from you. So there's a bit of a distance there between you guys for sure. But you go and relay it, seeing nothing additionally. You go and
And
relay
that's what I
the-
saw and heard. Don't know exactly what could cackle like that. That's also winged. I don't remember the hags having wings.
Amador, talk to the bees and get them down.
I don't have to. They have all. There they go, and you do see as the cloud of bees kind of wrap around and start swarming a little bit around the mountainside and towards this person. The light of their torch still very much there, and the torch drops, and then you can't see him anymore. He's too far away. But you do see the swarm of bees.
Well, the bees have definitely
Amador, does the-
alerted him.
Do the bees look like they can trust this person?
I would say they think that person is their queen based off of what they're doing.
But I thought your friend
She
was
On his
the queen.
shoulder, there was a
And she starts, and he just starts.
football-sized.
Oh, with that, he was about to start walking, but hearing you, Erebus, he just starts running in instead.
Oh,
I
shit.
shouldn't have my big mouth, and I'll chase after him.
All right, you guys.
Everyone
I'm gonna
ready
run
your weapons.
alongside, too.
Ready weapons in case we have to fight. And I'm already having my bow and arrow like ready to go.
And so
All
you
right,
guys
let's
start.
not approach someone who might be our friend with weapons, John. But as he says it, he'll keep his hand on his rapier.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys
will.
start trudging
Yeah, you will.
along this edge of this, get down to this lake in between two of these spires and start with skirting the lake around to get to the next one. It is a very circular lake, unnaturally so. And start making your way all the way around until you're about 150 feet away from where that rowboat and where that humanoid was going to. Roll a perception check again for me, Erebus.
Can anyone else
do
do
it?
it?
Yeah, if you want to evolve it, go for it.
Hell yeah.
I am not great.
Shit!
Oh no.
Okay. Well, the two of you guys, there it is. Shimo sees it.
Shimo!
So Shimo's the one who's going to see it. So, Shimo, as you guys get a
Coming
little bit
back.
closer, you notice the rowboat basically having to live for the past Elven Day in Hither has made you very comfortable with rowboats because the swamp, but that's the only way to get around. So when you see, notice this particular rowboat, for the first thing you notice, the water is relatively clear. Maybe there's an image in the water, but then the image kind of ripples, and you know that's when you look back to the rowboat, and the rowboat is kind of moving as if something was just in it.
They've already entered the rowboat. We have to hurry.
Volric then like immediately just like sort of like he gets up and then using like his 35 feet of movement, like he'll get up as quickly as he could and will be like, do not move a single step further.
Okay.
Erebus will burst his speed and start using bonus action to dash and Try and get there as fast as you can.
And yeah, as you guys run up there, the bees a little bit further up the hill, swarming around this one spot and starting to kind of settle around this one spot up the hill. You guys.
Bonus action hunter's mark, by the way. Oops.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm good for it. You guys run up to her and kind of interpose yourself between the bees and this rowboat, which is really kind of the only way you can even get to the rowboat in the first place. And as you get there, are they gone? Are they gone? And that's all you see is somebody covering their head in the rowboat.
What does this person look like?
You can't tell yet. They're covering everything.
With my hunter's mark, though, I'll be able to gain some information.
Well, what does post-hunter's mark? Let's see what it does.
It gives me advantage against any perception and wisdom thing, so I can be able to find it and identify it easier.
Okay. Hang on a second. Ding, 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 ding.
I can put it in. Boop.
And you, yeah,
right.
Go for it. Roll me a perception check.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Oh, yeah. Whomp. Come on, do better than this, me. God damn it!
Okay, so it's 17. With a 17, what you can tell is that they're a very slender, humanish-sized human elf. And you've known a bunch of different races that kind of fit that kind of size grouping, half orcs even. But it's pale. The back of the neck you see is more pale skinned. And as he kind of looks up, you do see some fairly sharp features on the eyes. And a pale skin. All you really get a chance to see a lot of is this part here, Volric. Are they gone?
No.
They're
as in the bees?
Yes.
No, they're not.
They will be
get it covered. Get in here.
No, I would rather much know who the fuck you are.
And he just kind of starts looking up and around.
My bow and arrow is very much drawn,
and
by the way.
Puts his hand, is about to put his hands down, revealing pointed ears. And then looking up at the bees, doesn't even realize that you've got an arrow knocked on him first. Looking up at the bees, what do they do? Oh, the bee. And then looks at you and is like, ha!
Yes, I believe you have something they need.
And something that I want.
And Amador is not with you.
I'm going to interrogate this one. You start looking for Amador. I'll turn around to Erebus.
Are you sure? You might not want him maimed.
I'm a big boy. I can look after him myself.
I'm not in trouble. I'm not going to do anything.
Shut up.
Okay.
I will look to Shimo and say, try and retrieve Amador.
But of course, Amador, where might you be?
With your 22 perception, you look back toward, you kind of scan past the bees, and you do see Amador basically sitting right beside the bees.
Oh, Amador's by the bees.
I'll go over and help Volric.
I'll head over and try and see if he has Polynella now.
I just. What the heck is going on in the back? Hang on, Sky's in the chat, and I now want to know what he's asking me about. What's going on in the background? Is there extra noise in the background?
No, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
Hold on, let me if I turn on the stream.
Yeah, help me out, Sky. What are you hearing? What are you hearing? Okay. You'll fill me in. You'll film.
That's a 10-minute-old message.
Somebody was like cleaning up or something? Oh, that's weird. I'm afraid I didn't notice it. I'm glad you mentioned it, but nope. I think we're good. Oh, weird. And I don't have Scrags in here in the subway station that they're at or something like that, so.
Oh, it could have been Erebus rocking in their chair.
Oh, I always do that. Sorry.
Oh.
No, you're fine.
I've never noticed that before.
That's what that
I have never noticed that. Okay. Well, anyway.
That was good. He probably got his good earphones.
So he's sitting there going like this. This is this elven creature in the robot. It's like, I'm not any trouble, you've got pink hair.
Yeah. I'm good cop, Volric's bad cop. So.
Give me a name.
Algarthus?
And give me 2 reasons why I shouldn't be having 2 arrows in your eyes.
I'm a prince and I'm just trying to go home.
Go home where?
Well, DM looks things and information up.
If you answer
Okay,
our
this-
questions, we can have
yeah.
arts and crafts time.
Jesus. That, home... Can I put my hands down? Where,
No.
home, where are you from? Because you might not know.
He's got a fair point. And I'm from somewhere else. But he just says, but then he'll lower his bow and arrow, clearly seeing that he's not a threat.
Yeah, aren't we all? What are they doing? And you guys see the whole swarm is just kind of now settled around onto
They're
this
looking
mound.
for someone.
Are they looking for that large one?
Her name
Yes.
is Paula.
Did you see them?
She just kind of landed in the water.
The water?
Yeah. I mean, I was already in the
I'm
boat
immediately
anyway. I
gonna
went to
start
get her, and she's not been able to fly.
I'm going to immediately start looking around the water, because I know if there's one thing you kill a bee, you drown it. So,
Yeah, there's. Oh no, don't worry. You don't have to worry. I got her out. She just kind of flew out of the sky like a rock and landed in the water. I went and got her, and I've been trying to get her back to health, but she still can't fly.
where's she now?
Well, up there, they kind of knocked her off my shoulder.
I am going to, I'll look to Dottie and be like, I'm going to see if she's alright. And I will then go to where he pointed.
I'll stay and
So-
talk to the guy.
Okay.
Good cop. He needs a little bit of break from bad cop. You know
And
what
so-
I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're gonna do a quick little shift, and Amador is sitting beside these the swarm of bees. That they've all kind of gathered. There's still a few straggling bees kind of in, but they're creating this mound on them, and it's a large mound, and they're just crawling over top of each other and swarming and swirling around each other.
Is that Polonella under
Well-
there?
I'm going to say under there, probably trying to protect her.
I hope it's not too hot in there.
Well, I think that's what she needs.
Why? Do you think she was cold?
She hasn't been around her swarm for a while. She hasn't been around me.
Well, if we found her, that's good news.
This is very
That
good
means-
news. It's very good news.
The hive could grow,
It can
and
thrive
yeah,
without that bugbear Cyclops in the way.
Character development.
well, I'm sure they're going to need some assistance from a friendly flower.
Right. And he just kind of starts going towards the swarm and just gently starts moving his leaves in. Polonella! And he's just kind of like feeding through. And sure enough, you do see one very large bee just kind of peek its head out while the swarm is going around it and just kind of parted with the leaves. Okay. And just kind of puts his leafy hands on the sides of her face and just kind of cups it. And just kind of puts his head in and nuzzles up against her nose. And then just withdraws. Pulls the leaves back. We'll give her a bit. And then kind of stands up and stand guard. Pulls the rapier out again and just kind of like holds it at the ready with his back to the swarm, just kind of looking around. Obviously looking for dangers.
They have a very devoted defender.
Yes, they do. Oh, you mean me? I suppose that's true.
When I arrive, I'm going to go down to the Mound of Bees and start trying to do cure wounds on Polynella.
Ah, very nice. Go ahead and roll your hit points for Polynella.
I don't know when I get there, so I'm just saying this like kind of right now. So
Sure. All right.
He heals for 9.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna shift back to Dottie. We'll come back and resolve that in a few moments. So, he's still got his hands up. Are we okay? Can I put my hands down?
Yeah, you're fine. Sorry about my new friends. They're a little intense.
There's something about you that's different than the others.
There are a lot of different things about me. Kind of weirdo.
Can I slip over
Sure.
and come up behind Dottie and say, "You're speaking to Queen Dottie."
Oh, that's what it is. Your Majesty, it is my pleasure to meet you. I am Prince Alagarthus. What's the realm that you hail from?
Olivos.
Olivos. Nope. Have you heard of Toril?
Has Dottie?
Erebus. Has Dottie?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever dropped the name of the realm that you're from?
The Forgotten. Which was okay. I'm bad with names and places and basically everything.
That's
so,
right.
Forgotten Realms is one with Baldur's Gate in it, right?
Yeah, that's Toril.
Okay. So, what do you have?
Well, I did dive into your mind that one time when
That
you were
is true.
sleeping, so
You
That
may
is
have picked
true.
up the name Terrell.
Roll a history check, and we'll see if
Yeah,
that's a
sure.
good point. Thank you very much.
sure. History.
Yes.
17.
Okay. Sorry, just give me one quick second. I'm gonna see. Okay. Okay, I didn't have anything else. That's okay. That's fine. I don't need it. With the 17, yeah, you definitely recognize the name of Toril as a name that was floating around, slightly disambiguated in Erebus's head.
Cool. Yeah, I have heard of it before.
Well, that's where I hold my kingdom, or at least I hope I still do.
Interesting. How did you end up here?
Have you ever heard of? Endelyn Moongrave?
Oh, the hag.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, we've heard quite a bit.
Well, I made this mistake of trusting her once. And well, it's landed me here with those creatures stymieing me every time I try to get back home.
Well,
And he kind of gestures up to the flying winged creatures that kind of are floating. Now they're just kind of randomly swooping and swirling above the lake and between the spires that surround the lake.
what happens if you try to leave?
They put it out. These, and he kind of points to all the spires. These are beacons that activate the lake and let me go home. But every time I go to try to do it, sometimes they do it like just now. I light one up and they immediately douse it. But like a couple of weeks ago, they actually let me have hope. And I got 7 of them lit. And as I was halfway up that last one, just racing, thinking I might be able to get it done, they all went just fucked with my head. I mean, I'm sorry,
cruel.
that's not appropriate.
Hey, say fuck all you want.
Fuck all you want.
Sometimes that word
didn't
is
help.
necessary. So, you'll be happy to know that we're trying to deal with the hag situation.
You think you can get me home?
Possibly. I think we have to end the bitter end first.
Well, I don't think that's what I need. I think I just need them gone. Are you willing? Are you able to do that?
I mean, how strong can... What do they look like, by the way? Are they just...
From here, like these
Mhm.
spires are easily 250 feet tall. So from here, they just look like black winged creatures, illuminated only by the
Okay,
lightning
so
in the
can't
distance.
tell what they
No,
are. So they could be dragons, or they could be birds.
not from. Yeah. Are you saying that out loud, or are you just saying that to yourself?
Please.
Okay.
Out loud.
And he
Please.
says, "No, they're a creature called a periton, and these ones weren't always peritons. I've now kind of learned, you do this for a few months. Months? I actually even don't know how long I've been doing this. Gemstone Games. Fuck what you want is a vibe. Okay. Anyway, he says it's been a long time, but you learn about your nemesis in that time. They're from. Are you familiar with a place called Oerth?
No.
Hmm.
Don't
That-
believe so.
That's where they're from, and they're snide little sneaky buggers. But they're actors. Or at least they used to be, before they turned into that nonsense.
Oh. That's messed up. Yeah, let me talk to my friends and see what we can't do.
Okay. And he just kind of gets up in this rowboat, and I can come off?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
He just
good cop.
steps onto the shore and kind of stands back, and Gleam walks up to him and says, nice to meet you. I'm Gleam. And I can't remember damn names. Aligarthus, at your service. We seem to be picking people up along the way. And then they just
Second elf,
Hands.
and he'll come over. He'll take the hand that was meant for Gleam. Hello, my name is Erebus. I heard that you are another stranded.
There's a few of us here, right? Isn't there? You're gathering, which this one here, pointing to the Dottie, says, makes me think you're going after the hags.
I mean, if we can make the Feywild a little bit safer.
Well, she's also suggested to me that you guys could deal with those things so I could get home. I'm afraid that I'm of absolutely no assistance when it comes to combat.
Well, if I tried to escape again, he would get angry.
It would be a challenge.
Let's do that. I don't see why not. Though, is there perhaps a way we can draw them down? I'd rather not fight them up there.
I mean, you might be able to convince them to come down. They do understand things. They can't talk, but they do understand things. I mean, they certainly understand me when I swear at them.
Hey, you! Your mother's ugly!
Roll a... What is that? What? That's one statistic I
An
really
insult
wish
check.
we had, is an insult check. So, what do we do? What do we
Hard
do for an
fish.
I
insult
think they
check?
make a wisdom check.
Yeah, they make a wisdom save because if you use vicious mockery, it's a wisdom
Yeah,
save.
I'm with that.
Which makes sense.
I'm with that. I accept
That checks.
Go for it. Oh, hang on. That's Scrags. Hang on. I gotta get
Ah.
Scrags so that people can actually hear you.
To come down.
What if a hag
Huh.
told them to come down?
Yeah. Do they
Ah.
listen to hags?
Oh, I just screwed something up here. Let's go this one here. Do they listen to hags? You could, and so this, the fella says, well, they got here by the hags, so I would assume so, just like me.
Well, that's all I need to know. And I will become a tiny little hag.
Oh no. I will wait. I will lift him up onto my shoulders and blend my clothing with his cloak to make him look bigger.
And you will get some assistance also from Aligarthus as he describes what Bitter End looks like. And so for the first time in a long time, you get a sense of what the hags that you are about to manage actually look like. And I'm going to actually switch the gears here so that the chat can see as well. Let me find it here. Because I like this. I'm rewarding creative play, as it were. Let me find my handout for it, though. Holy Hannah, it's all the way down here. Okay.
You're gonna haggle with them.
Oh no, who did that? Jebstone Games. That
Time to haggle.
deserves. No, I'm putting it in here. That deserves this. Hang on, I'm totally just in.
You're bad.
You're banned. Get out.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I got to fix that, but that's okay. Hey, you just gave yourself inspiration, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
have. Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to just put it up in my camera because I don't have the handout like I thought I did. Let's see here. Right
Dottie,
there.
if this works, get ready to fireball them.
That is the visage that between Erebus and Scrags you guys produce.
You.
Is that 3 arms?
That
It looks like she
is
has 4.
4.
But the other one.
And then what you
Yeah.
see here, I'll get a little bit closer in there. What you'll see is that she's actually looks like she's puppeting something.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is
She's a freak.
terrifying.
She's a freak.
I'm definitely gonna slip over and say, "Puppet me, puppet me."
I'm still definitely over it with.
I'll try and move my arms
Ornella.
alongside Scrags.
Go ahead and roll a. No, I have to roll shit. I'm gonna say. I am going to say, let's do this. Let's go. Let's get a roll call out here for the chat. Why not? You guys are inspiring me to do crazy things. Go ahead and roll for me to do the wisdom saving throw. Sky throws in a 10. That was the most middling roll you could possibly do, but that's okay.
That was 2 10s.
Thanks,
You got
Guy.
10 last time as well.
Okay, so with a 10, okay, yeah, so you guys create this form and this visage with the description, help from Aligarthus, to create a tall version of what you can only assume is Bitter End or Endlin Moongrave, and shout up to them the insult about their mother, and they all stop doing their lazy circles, and then just kind of flap in the sky for just a brief moment. And it's quiet except for the swarm of bees just kind of humming beside you.
I will get out my most old lady but evil voice I can possibly muster and say to them, if you're not down here by the time I count to 3, I'll have each one
And
of
they
you.
start just diving in full bore dive. And you see, as they get closer to you, these faces just looking particularly angry and vicious, targeting straight towards your group. And that's where we're gonna pause today's session.
I'm
Oh.
gonna,
Nice.
did Pollen,
Or are we
what was
gonna-
Pollen- what was Pollinella like? Did I get to go up and heal her? And I get to be like,
You don't know yet. She was in the swarm of bees. You'll have to find that out next week. That's how I do. So, guys, I love it when you give me an opportunity to do a cliffhanger. I'm taking it. And we are. I thank you so much for joining us here in the chats and in the game. As always, Scrag's even jumping in for the 14 seconds that they could actually do stuff, which is kind of cool. They had a bit of an emergent situation, so we let them, of course, do that. And they still jumped in.
A stroke of genius right at the end.
It really, really was.
Are really bloodthirsty. I have to give it to us. Like, since Ulrich and Shimo have come back, we've got in a fight with a Cyclops plus Bugbear, and now we're going to get in another fight with 3-4 different dudes.
He could be. That's what I'm gonna say. Is it could totally be. So we're gonna look for somebody to raid here before we completely finish off here. So let's go ahead and find that person to raid. Options are in our raids because we always like to. Oh, it's loading. It's loading. Actually, Winter's Tales is still going pretty strong. If I remember correctly, they're from the Down Under general vicinity. Mike Moans, I think, is probably doing some stuff here as well. I'm willing to accept any other recommendations that come our way, of course, though, too. However,
I don't think any of my friends are online, so that's not going to help me.
and of course, chat can guide the raid if you would like. By the way, while we're trying to decide this, and while my internet is trying to figure out what the hell to do, I'm also going to say a couple of announcements here for you. So first announcement up is Thursday is our second installment, and depending on how well they do, could potentially also be the last installment of the of the Elven Gate, which is a Windy J random adventure. We decided everything by way of the dice. Then on Friday, we carry on with a whole bunch of stuff happening on Friday. So Friday morning, we carry on with the Olivon Chronicles with tracking sanity points for Bob and for Frar, while also maybe having to deal with some crazy stuff from a scroll case. And then we have in the afternoon, I have an in-person game. So if you're one of my in-person people watching, as you sometimes do, don't forget that's on Friday, and that is at Castle Windy J. And then we go to the evening of the day where your very own Caffeinated Arcade.
Hello.
Okay, Caffeinated Arcade is starting up their campaign in Alain. So that is a session 0 that will be airing on Friday,
That is
which is
correct.
exciting for them. So
I'm so excited to watch.
And that's it. That's at night, right?
that is in the evening for us. It's 6:30 UTC. Nope, sorry.
7:30.
UTC, I think.
We fixed
7:30
that.
UTC.
It is like, for all the GMT folks, that'll be about 11.
It's
maybe
noon.
midnight. Is it?
No, hang on. No, UTC is GMT. I think.
What?
Yeah.
What? Hold
That
on.
broke my brain yesterday
Hold
too.
on.
Yeah. Look it up. Yeah, because
Hold
a GMT
on.
is actually kind of the deprecated thing of things, as we call a universal time coordinate or something like that, but it basically is GMT. So, yeah,
Shut your mouth.
I have a mic and it's
Who
working.
am I?
So what do you say?
All
Let's
I
go-
know is to wake up at 5 a.m. and come be Shimo.
That's pretty much it. That's what I'm like too. So, in any case, I'm going to switch ourselves to our raid screen, and as soon as I can get the raid going, I think we'll raid Mike Moans. We'll raid Mike Moans because he's doing some D&D content. So, woot. But thank you guys again very much. Oh, a shout out also. We're trying to get some more followers on here so that goblin thing can be kind of one of the rewards that most likely some of you have accumulated far too many of, and you turned me into a goblin for a few moments. But then we're also going to see about doing some subscriptions. I need to upgrade my cameras and I need a green screen. This looks ugly. So if you are willing to support the guild, as we also support other DMs in starting up their crazinesses online, we definitely appreciate it. I think throw a subscribe. It also gets rid of all those really annoying advertisements, just saying, and it also is going to be giving you videos on demand. So all of the, the regular things. And Prime subscribe. Why? Why not? You got a Prime subscription? Prime subscribe. Happy days. Thank you very much. And we will see you all Thursday, Friday.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I'm still on the air. That's not what I wanted. I want to be off the air. Here we go.